All right, let me call to order the April 2025 Southbury Zoning Commission meeting. Let's all stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Seating of alternates, I'll seat Jay in place of Mark Lee. All right, before we start any new business, I'd like to introduce our new zoning enforcement officer, Deandra Nevin. And do we have to vote for her? Okay, do I hear a motion that we accept the position of zoning enforcement officer given to Deandra?
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, welcome aboard.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody.
All right, new business, new business. New business. New business? New business. Application number 250408-ZC, PDD number 8, amendment number 23, Southbury Green ShopRite Edition. Regency Center's owner. Anybody here representing?
So we
All
just
right, I
received-
presume this is a modification to the PDD,
Yep, site plan,
and we're accepting the package,
precisely.
and we'll set it off, we'll refer it to planning, and set a public hearing for next month. All right. Next item. Well, actually, okay, next item. Application number 24-1106Z, 180 Lower Fish Rock Road, Southbury. This application has been withdrawn, and I think they're coming back with a new game plan. So, it's off the record for now. All right, moving on to the next. This public hearing is closed as the discussion continues. It's for application number 25-0106C, Z, 33 Burma Road, Southbury. Again, public hearing is closed, so there's no public input. It's going to be purely a discussion amongst us commission members, and we have to decide tonight what we're going to do. So, discussion. Jay?
I frankly don't have any questions.
No questions? Well, not any questions, but we have nobody ask questions too, unless amongst ourselves.
I'm ready to vote when the time comes.
All right? Well, do we have any discussion? And if there's no discussion, how do we want to vote, I guess is the main thing.
And do we have a quorum without me? Because
We do have a quorum, right? No, we don't?
I guess not, because I thought David was coming tonight.
All right, so what do we do in that case?
We have to decide, so we could do an extension. I mean, if the applicant wants to file for an extension, we can continue the public hearing for next month. I'm sorry,
Public hearing's
I'm
closed,
sorry, the
but we
public hearing
can-
is closed, but the matter would continue for
We have
next
to
month.
request an extension for the
Correct.
decision-making process till next month.
You don't have a quorum that have been present, is that the problem?
Right.
We'll give you another month.
I want to say I promise no more extensions after that, but I can't make that promise.
You promised to reread our letter.
Well, the client has offered an extension till next month, so I guess we'll take it up and try to get everybody here in May. Sorry about that. I'm here every time, all the time. Can't blame me. All right. That's it for the real stuff. Now, old business. A discussion on the comprehensive zoning regulations. Pardon?
I didn't hear you, what you said.
We're going to talk about the zoning regulations. Comprehensive,
Say what I told
yes, you can, please.
I was one of the 3 people that was going to go home and look at the RFPs and study them, but,
It's here if you want to do it.
hold on.
Now we have quorum.
Gary?
They're gone.
Hey, Gary?
You know what? Let it go. Let it go.
Refer to them, I think I know.
Let it go. No.
Coward.
Because I want to get you time to think about it. All right, back to discussion on the packages received. Jay, you want to?
Yes, I was one of the 3 on the board that was going to look at the PDF and go through it. I found out that a person that I have, a group of people that we have coffee with virtually every morning, is employed by one of the 2 companies. I didn't ask which one, and I didn't want to know, so I think it's best that I just withdraw me from looking at that.
Okay.
I think it's in the best interest, it just wouldn't be a good look for the town and me or the, you know, or that company.
Who are the 3? It's you, Mark?
Susan, Mark, and
Mark
myself.
I got a note from Mark asking had I reviewed them, and I responded to him that yes, I had, and I had thoughts. But it's my understanding that we have not yet, any of this subcommittee has not actually come together.
Right.
So we have not done any work on it. I've reviewed the information,
Okay.
but that's all I know at this point.
Anybody want to volunteer to take Jay's place? This is to review the proposals that were sent in for the comprehensive zoning rewrite. There were 2 consultants that submitted proposals to review the proposals and potentially render a decision whom you think is the better suited. And/or, we haven't, no interviews. Are you going to hold interviews?
We can absolutely hold interviews if the selection committee deems necessary and speaks with the zoning commission.
Will the interview panel be the 3 members of the committee or the entire commission?
It can either be, it can be whatever the commission
Whatever we want.
determines. At this time, it's open-ended. So Susan, you've reviewed them. Jay,
did.
you have to abstain at this time. I myself have reviewed them as well, and then we would just be waiting for Mark. If we wanted to handle it through those 3, I'd be happy to. If we want to add another member, I'd be happy to conduct it that way as well.
I think right now, Susan and Mark are taking a crack at it with your input. I don't personally have time.
Understood.
I'm writing too many of these proposals myself for my own business, so
Yeah.
I just can't do it.
Maybe it would be useful if Mark and I got together and at least decided what we thought, made sense and brought it back
Okay.
to the committee and then decided, do we need more input? My suggestion is that we might want to meet with the 2 candidates that put in proposals.
Correct, and the managers for each individual project.
Correct.
That shouldn't be an issue.
But what I don't know
30
is
pages.
whether, I don't know what Mark's feelings are. I know that he
I don't know
contacted
if
me,
there's
but we have not
Probably
connected.
very little,
Okay.
like,
So I would
scope
like
of
to see if he
services
thinks
to be performed.
that just, it should be he and I. My thinking is that it might be useful to have the whole commission at least hear what the candidates have to say. And that we could then give our input. And if there was a third person,
Yeah, I'll do it.
Oh, great. Wendy will be, Wendy, do you have copies or got them online?
I don't think so, but I'm sure,
We can get you copies,
Yeah.
Wendy.
Yeah,
Yep, absolutely.
that would be
All
great.
right.
Thank
So-
you.
Thank you.
So with that being said, and just to set some dates on this, I'm thinking we can work in the next 2 to 3 weeks to set up a meeting, give Wendy some time to obviously sit down with them and wrap her head around them. We've obviously had a bit longer to review them and
Correct.
get them understood. We want to provide Wendy that same opportunity.
Absolutely.
But following that, I think sitting down and have a frank discussion would be great. Would you like our office to schedule that?
I was going to
between
ask
us all?
if you could coordinate that, because you have access to all of our emails
Be
and
happy
so
to.
forth. That would be fine to do that.
Would you like me to be involved in that, or would you like to handle that between the three of you?
I think it would be useful because you're sort of the expert in this sort of thing, and I think your input would be helpful, but I will defer to Mark and/or Wendy on,
no, I agree.
Okay.
I would like you to be involved.
Perfect. So at the best we can manage, we'll get the four of us together in 2 to 3 weeks, just to give you as much time as you can to review them. We'll set that up, and then hopefully the expectation is at our next zoning commission meeting, we can really get this process rolling and
Yep.
get it behind us.
the only thing I would suggest, because we all have different lifestyles going on, give us a couple of options,
Yep.
a day at a time type of thing.
I think that's
So that we
perfect.
could, so we're not going back and forth 100 times.
Yeah, absolutely.
That sounds perfect to me.
Happy to. All right.
Wendy, does that work for you?
Yes,
Okay.
Wednesdays are best for me. if you-
Wednesdays are best?
Yes.
Susan is there?
I can be flexible.
Okay.
I'm retired, remember?
Love it.
A long time ago.
Doesn't matter when.
That's right.
All right. Well, thank you, Wendy, for stepping in. And we'll get this done. When do you think you want to have interviews?
If the selection committee can make a determination and we really have kind of the momentum behind us after that meeting, I think we could even start having discussions with the proposed applicants and seeing if they can be in attendance at the next zoning commission meeting.
But,
Unless you'd like to,
My
I-
personal.
I've been
feeling
through
is
this
June.
many 1,000 times.
Mhm.
I don't like to have my competition there at the same time.
you're facing off
Oh.
against one another.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand that.
So you're asking that the two candidates
Well,
come in?
it can be the same day, I mean, just an hour apart or something.
Well, that's fine.
Just give you
Sure.
enough time for them to do their thing, and then the next person waits and shows up.
And ideally, that would be conducted under our standard zoning commission meeting platform. Is that my understanding?
No, doesn't have to be.
No?
It could be during the day sometime.
Okay, good. And then whatever
it
members
doesn't-
are available.
If the subcommittee comes back and unanimously, and we can agree to
Choice?
to the points that they came across, and obviously, a lot's gonna come into play with the personal presentation
Mhm.
by the members of each organization. I think, well, you're gonna have the interview, and then, a couple days later, you make a decision. You're not gonna make a decision that day. I mean, it's only two candidates, so it's not gonna be that difficult.
I agree.
And we know one of them has been working with the town for a long time.
Mhm.
I don't know about the other one, to tell you the truth.
No, they haven't.
They haven't? All right. I think we can go through this real quick. Does the selected candidate have to be approved by the Board of Selectmen? I mean, they appropriated the money for
They
this, right? So
appropriated the money. As far as that goes, I don't believe that the candidate selection would have to go through them. I believe that would be housed entirely with the zoning commission.
Okay. All right. I'd like to get this done sooner than later.
I agree.
In light of the meeting we had yesterday,
Correct.
I'd like to get them on board sooner than later, if not. And they can help in that process of fixing up that section.
Addressing things there, yeah. Or if we make modifications, they can clean them up for us as they kind of kick through the
Yeah.
process here. All right. I will talk to the prospective applicants here, or candidates, and address kind of their availability. See if one special meeting can address both from an applicant standpoint, and they can do a presentation. And then hopefully that will coincide with the selection committee's opportunity to actually sit down, assess who they feel the best candidate is on paper, and then allow the entire commission the opportunity to review the actual presentations.
Okay,
All right.
that's a plan,
Yep.
which will change, but that's a plan. All right, this is going too quick. Other business. Right, we're into that already. What time is it? Maybe I'll talk slow to drag this out. No, any correspondence? We have that chart again from the Naugatuck Valley Council of Governments. What's on there that's appropriate to us? Nothing?
Nothing.
Nothing, all right.
No.
Forget about it.
Notification.
Zoning Enforcement Officers Report? Do you have?
I've
too
got
soon.
a verbal one.
Oh, that's fine.
Been here for 10
Go ahead.
minutes. Come on, get with it.
The floor is yours.
A lot of inquiries have been coming in, yeah, mostly the wonderful sheds that we love. But we've been handling them as they come. This zoning regulation's been pretty clear, so people have been coming in, understanding them, and being able to address any concerns. But other than that, there wasn't anything big that stuck out, other than what's on here. We do have something for 775 Main Street South. They want to go ahead and revise the quantity of solar panels, but as this was approved under the PDD, we figured we'd bring it in front of the commission and see what your thoughts on it as to how to address that would be.
Can you share
What-
with me
what
what
is
that
this-
address is? I mean,
Oh, okay.
what's there?
That's a different, different,
Susan, if you recall, it was probably 3 or 4 meetings ago, 775 Main Street South, the Southbury Green was
Oh,
approved to install these solar panels
Right.
on the roof, completely shielded and
Correct.
out of visibility from the roadway. As Deandra has elaborated, they've modified that.
Okay.
And you are a PDD. Therefore, all approvals must be in clear writing and approved per the resolution. And now they will be outside of that permitted resolution. And Deandra is looking for guidance as to how this commission feels the applicant should move forward with addressing that change.
okay, what do they want to do now?
They're revising the solar panel count, so they're increasing the quantity.
I have no problem with that. If you can't see it, I mean, out of sight, out of mind.
It's above the
Come on.
existing quantity, right? They want, it's an
It's a
additional.
reduction,
It's
actually.
actually,
Oh,
yeah, my apologies.
It's a
yeah.
reduction in the
Oh,
quantity.
I had
okay.
that flip-flopped. So they're going down from 758 to 715.
Okay.
I can see that
Pretty
as,
straightforward.
as an administrative approval, to tell you the truth.
We
Yeah.
would need your blessing, but we're happy to
Okay.
conduct it that way. I think that's fair.
Do I hear a motion to approve it as an administrative approval by upstairs?
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right,
Thank you.
it's all yours. Anything
And
else?
that's what I had for everybody tonight.
Okay. While we have you on the table here,
Sure.
I guess there's a discussion about changing the time. I know, Dave, you're the biggest issue on 7:30. You've always been.
Changing it to what?
After me, Dave has seniority. I don't want to, is there any time, it all has to do with Deandra here. And,
Yeah, if everyone else wants to do 7, we can do 7.
I guess any time sooner is better than nothing, I guess.
Right, so you're all aware of the schedule change for town hall?
No.
It
No.
starts June
Okay,
1st.
so just to give some background on what's
Yeah, the
happening
one-
right now, Town Hall has decided to go through a pilot program for reformatting their hours of operation. So they are looking to be, hours of operation are gonna be 8 AM to 5 o'clock, Monday and Tuesday. Wednesday is going to be 8 AM till 6 o'clock. And then Thursday is back to 8 AM till 5 o'clock. The challenge is Deandra is our new enforcement officer and lives in
Stratford.
Stratford. That just creates kind of a large break in the day and will elongate her day pretty dramatically. If there is any changes that we could make, whether it be the day of the week or the time to accommodate that new change, it would be preferential just across the board. But frankly, if that change can't be accommodated, that's the reality we live under today. So that's the situation.
Has anyone put forward an ideal recommendation?
What we've handled previously, our commissions are trying to switch to Wednesdays and then get as close to that 6 o'clock cutoff date for the end of day for us, so that kind of commission meetings
Just roll right.
piggyback right off of the end of day, and there's
Okay.
no gap or an hour and a half of kind of
Sure.
flex time that Deandra has to, I don't know, drive around town and.
6:30, is that what you're?
6 or 6:30, either or.
6 or 6:30.
But 6 or 6:30, a break like that would be manageable. But again, you're all volunteers as well. We want to respect your time. This is a hopeful accommodation that can be
Not-
made.
Yeah, not to put any pressure on you, Dave, but
Yeah, I can do that.
Understood? Yeah.
you can what? What can you do? 7's the earliest?
7.
7's the best. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
That's better than nothing. I never did like 7:30, Dave. Thank you, Deidre.
It was like today, so I mean,
Right.
Well, how many commissions are we talking about?
The land use office oversees 4.
4. So you got 4 Wednesdays in a month. So we're not changing our day.
As of right now, no. You guys are
Unless
locked
David
down.
has a
Everyone-
better date that-
Any time for you is 7's earliest, any day of the week.
yeah, they're all the same.
All the same.
All right.
Yep.
All right, so
That's helpful to understand, so thank you.
we'll,
Absolutely.
Well, if your staff is working until 6 on Wednesday, ideally, Wednesday would be the best day to not keep people over longer
Right.
than necessary.
right.
So if we could do a Wednesday at 7 to help accommodate David, that would work. Is that what I'm hearing everybody say?
Yep.
So we will keep our standard day of the week and our standard second Wednesday, and
But
frankly,
move it up to 7.
we'll move it up to 7 if this commission is
Yeah.
amicable to that.
That, sure. Do we need to vote on that, or just?
You would, yeah.
All right. Do I hear a motion to approve changing the time, start time to 7 o'clock?
I'll make the motion.
Do I hear
I'll
a
second
All those in favor? I'm sorry.
We're not gonna let you vote, David.
One abstention.
How does the public know that?
I'm sorry?
How will the public know that?
Know of the changed of meeting dates or the new,
time.
the new schedule that town hall will have?
Well, I'm just concerned with zoning, sorry.
Understood, yeah. So generally, the reason that we have to get this vote down now, because we still have 2 months before they even kick off this new program, is we have to notify the town clerk. They'll file it on the land records, they'll notify the state, and then we'll set up the meeting schedule in our online,
Oh, okay, so
website.
this is not next meeting, this is?
It's June.
June, got it, okay,
Mhm.
All right,
understood.
okay.
It's easy.
Meeting minutes approval for February? They look good?
Long.
Yeah.
Do I hear a motion to approve them then?
I move that we accept the February minutes.
Okay, second? All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any bills or receipts? No? I guess we're done.
Done.
Unless there's something else you want to talk about. We don't want to discuss what we discussed yesterday, do we?
No.
No.
It's pertinent because the potential amendment
Yeah.
will be coming in.
Yeah.
So,
All right.
when it comes in, if it comes in, we'll address it.
What is this application for Southbury Green for?
So the Southbury Green, what this commission might recall is back in 2021, there was a text amendment change to allow for a 1,946 square foot shipping and receiving addition to the rear of the building. This is now the site plan modification to accommodate that text change. There are a couple different features that have been added on to this as well. The applicant would like to change the ingress egress doorways to be located in different areas. They will be adding a number of doorways. a modification to the rear parking. That's, if you've ever driven behind the ShopRite Plaza, it's essentially where all the tractor trailers will, you know, sit stationary. There's a modification to that parking area. One of the things that I stumbled upon that I think I'll have to address with the applicant is they also kind of tossed in a new cooler to be added to this. It's my understanding that that cooler will require a text change because it increases the square footage of the gross floor area of that unit, and that's dictated in the actual regulations themselves. The last thing I'll have to address with them is the maximum parking. I personally don't feel that a removal of any parking in the rear, as they don't get used anyway, would be an overall harm. But if the maximum requirement is set in the regulations and they are reducing that, we'll have to make that accommodation. So there are a couple things that I have to address with the applicant, but that's the crux of it. It's some simple stuff and some kind of,
You mentioned door changes.
Yes.
Locations. For who? For ShopRite or?
for ShopRite. This is all for the ShopRite building. So one of the door changes is moving the ingress egress from where it currently exists to another location. This is for circulation and access issues that the business is experiencing. The other doorway locations appear, based on the application, to just be employee access, right? So one on the side of the building, one is gonna be close to that corner where the employee parking is, because they also wanna provide a ramp for easy drop-offs of grocery deliveries. You've all done Peapod and stuff like that. You make the order, you go to the business, and then they just throw the groceries in your car. So this is supposed to kind of feed off that type of system and accommodate it a bit better, make some parking changes, assign certain parking spaces for this use. And that would all be kind of on the side and the rear where the employees park and where that tractor trailer system is.
I answered this for me. They're not asking for more openings, they're just moving them around. Is that what I'm understanding you're saying?
So it appears that the pedestrian, the patron access is staying the same.
Okay.
There are doorways that are increasing.
There are gonna be more doorways. Do you
But
know
they-
about how many? Because that's pretty tight back there.
Technically, 3 overall, and the 4th would be kind of a utility roll-up door. That and another standard personal access door is gonna be accommodating to the storage building, so that makes perfect sense.
This is all in the back of the building, George?
Right now that I'm speaking about, yeah. One is gonna be on the side, kind of, again, an employee access, it appears, that provides access to the side employee parking area. And then the other is right on the corner, where it appears that employees will be able to exit that door, immediately hang a right, drop off deliveries, and enter back into the business, where they would receive more of the deliveries or grocery drop-off orders.
Right, having that collection area in the front, at the exit of the building for the general public,
Right,
makes it really complicated.
yeah.
There's a lot going on at that location.
So I think this will address some of that. And frankly, the application seems pretty straightforward, but there's some issues with what I feel are text amendment changes and not simple site modifications that I'll address with the applicant.
All right,
Would everyone like a copy of the
if you have enough there, why not?
yeah, the applicant dropped these off just now. They knew they weren't really gonna have the opportunity to have a decision made, just because we haven't had a lot of time, but these are here for your review if you need them. Right? Wendy? Of course. Here it is. Susan? Sure. You're okay? Yeah.
Wait.
This one, Ollie?
Yeah, always.
We'll have extras if anyone needs any more.
Holy smokes. This is only a few modifications of this little heavy thing.
So you'll find everything that I just talked about elaborated in there visually, and I'll get some additional details about the specifics, about uses of doors and things of that nature.
All right. That's
So
it.
you go down left further and that shows you what the
Do I
proposed.
hear a motion to adjourn?
I move
Gary?
that we adjourn.
Gary? Did I hear a motion for the approval of the minutes? You did? Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't get it. I was,
Do I hear a second?
Yeah.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I'm gonna lull you into.
You said they were adding a cooler, or they were expanding, because the one that says existing shows a cooler on our. Oh, they moved one.
It's the other highlighted orange area off to the side there. SP 100 shows it as well. 490 feet, the square foot of the additional cooler. 495.
That's big, isn't it? 495 feet.
40 by 10,
Oh, that's not so big.
or 50 by 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, dyslexia kicks in
That's
sometimes.
good.
Or 25
Numbers get flipped around.
More than beer in there.
You can all go.
Thank you.
You want to stick around?
Motion to adjourn.
Adjourn.
You wouldn't mind, Jay? You're the best. Who is
Gary?
the motion to adjourn? We're really messing these up today. Thank you, Susan. Sonia's just taking down the,
I'm so sorry. I'm just not myself today. Sorry. I'm so sorry.
let's run it back from the top.